Yep. And my name is Helping Hand 23 online. I'll bet I don't post many things online, so just call me Gabe.
Yeah. So literally, we're gonna try and be more relaxed with us just chatting more often this over this next year and see how it goes. So yeah, I've just got the chatting screen up and yeah, we'll see how we go. Mm.
Ah, my gosh, I just got called again. Give me a
Perfect.
second, real quick.
No problem.
Hello. I forgot where I'm gonna be picked up. Like, where do we pick you up? I'm like, my house. I'm not going anywhere. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a class what no one really uses.
Okay. So some wizards you're on about.
Yep, a wizard subclass no one uses. You remember the abjuration subclass?
No. Tell us about it.
Basically, you get a protective ward for some extra hit points. Kind of, not quite. It's basically temporary hit points, which you can would block some damage until it goes away.
Okay.
It goes up by a certain amount by it. It basically makes you or better.
Yeah.
And then at level 6, you get protective ward, which you can you can like protect other people who can take damage other than you. So basically, you can put your ward on other people
Let's
and
see.
save off damage. I'm like, why does no one use this? I mean, it's not the best wizard, but it's pretty good.
Let's see. I'm gonna
And
put a
it's basically
text.
the anti-counter spell person. It basically makes you the best counter spell wizard in the game.
Okay.
You shut down your spell anti spellcaster. You are a spellcaster, anti spellcaster.
Fair enough. So yeah, I was going to do some writing of notes as well. So can save this as notes from our chats. Desktop works, yeah. Notes from our chats, yes. Don't need to worry about that document.
So I was thinking about playing Abjuration Wizard, but I I didn't know enough about D&D back then, so I was like,
Yeah. So yeah, give us a rundown of what these saturation wizards do then.
I kind of did, but I'll do that again.
Sorry, I was setting up some notes.
So Abjuration Wizards are basically abjuration spells, one of the most common spells in the game.
Yeah.
They have like the counter, like shield, counter spell, mage armor, and things like that. They are basically the counter wizards to wizards.
Cool.
Wizard.
I'm gonna put my phone on charge. I'll be back in a minute. It's a great start.
Oh, let's continue talking.
Yeah.
Uh, let me just pull up. Let me just continue talking. Abjuration wizards are basically the counter spell, the blocking spell, the dispel magic of everything. They also get their arcane ward, which like protects them, what I've said before. But the arcane ward only goes up to a certain amount per like level, so like 5 times per your level. So level 1 time level 2. So level 2 times 5, which would be 10 extra defense hit points for your wizard. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but like at level 2, that's pretty good. Unless I'm doing this wrong. I've what I read, they seem pretty good. So Abjuration, Salvant, and as you know, Arcane Ward. Oh, the ward hit point max was equal to twice your wizard level plus intelligent modifier. Oh, I was not. It's not level. My mistake, everyone on the stream. The ward is basically your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier.
Right.
Twice your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier. So it's not 5 times, it's twice. So level 2 you get 4 plus your intelligence modifier. So for example, at level 2 you get like a little buffer to help you. And basically an abjuration is one of the most best defensive things in the game. So for every wizard gets a abjuration, like a salvant.
Yeah.
It makes you easier to write down spells from scrolls, and those are like one of the most common scrolls in the game. So it is a time saver unless unless you want to do Order of the Scribes, because that has everything. But the best thing is 6th level, I would say, and it just prevents you people from dying because you can put your ward, which is your defense, on anyone.
Yeah.
So basically, you can prevent somebody to get a critical hit. You can save someone from dying by putting that ward on you, and sucking up a whole bunch of HP from that damage, or just being an ultimate protection by as a wizard. As like besides counterspell, you could also put when someone takes damage, you can put your ward on them and prevent any damage at all. Actually, sometimes.
Yeah.
And counterspell and dispel magic, whenever you use spells like those, at 10th level you get a extra bonus to your rolls, like with your pressure proficiency bonus, which can be really good. You're like now the best person in the game to use counterspell against higher level spells against you.
Yeah.
Which can be very good against like a wizard fight, any wizard fight, because now you're the best at things from your limited resources of spell slots. 14th level, you just have saving throws against spells, which is good, but it's a little late.
Yeah.
But the main thing is its ward. The ward is just a literal. How many times have you seen like your player has gotten too far away from you, or you can't do anything about it? This ward can give you an option to do something about like heavy melee fighters or something and having a hard time fighting. You could be the buffer.
That's very true.
It's the ultimate buffer and defense wizard. If you want to be the wizard but slows down your enemy's approach, your enemy's damage output, and things like that, abjuration, I would say.
The buzzer just went. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, keep going.
I always found that really cool. But it's not the best wizard subclass, but if you don't want to be like role playing an overpowered character, it's a good thing to consider while being not useless. It's pretty cool. Most people don't think it because probably because diviner exists, and diviner is or blade singer divination and divination with portent or the blade singer, which they're a lot really good. I must say, but with abjuration it would be with abjuration. I think it's not as bad as people of getting overlooked all the time. Now that I made my case about abjuration, let me rant on portent.
Okay.
Uh,
I just went and got some food, but yeah, Val's unpacking that, so yeah, keep going.
Yeah, the next school I want to go over
Yeah.
is divination, because why not? Because it's like one of the best spells, and people know about it, so no one really talks about divination as much anymore. But I'm gonna rewrite this. Divination has gotten after Tulsa's Cauldron of everything. Divination has basically everything you need in a wizard.
Okay.
In a divination, what you want for divination. Besides actually giving the spell class giving the wizard's class divination now, so it can now like literally ask DM questions for a certain spell slot level. It can. There's a whole bunch of other things it can do. Something. The problem is with divination I have is that some DMs don't use it on new DMs ever, because they have to be prepared with. You have to be prepared for divination, seeing the future, and things like that.
Yeah.
You have to be quick and guideful with them, because if you mess up, the Divination Wizard could know basically everything in the future before it comes. Because you magic and put in contact with a god or a god servant. You ask single questions for a specific goal, event, or activity occurring within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
Right.
The spell doesn't take into account that any possible circumstances that can change the outcome, such as casting an additional spell or loss of game of companionship.
Yeah.
You can only cast it once per time before you get a 25% chance of chances you get it first that you get a random reading, which is not as good. But divination, if you're like going to a main bad guy, you could have a goal of like learning everything you can. Then there's Augury, which is now here. You can receive an omen for otherworldly enemy for the next 30 minutes. What's going to happen in the next 30 minutes. So that's not terrifying at all. If you're not experienced with D&D, make sure you never take a divination wizard as your first thing. Take it as a challenge, because divination is hard to deal with, can predict certain outcomes, and have a lot of spying tools. And they have a lot of spying tools at their disposal.
Yeah.
And that's only their spells.
What spying tools do they have at the disposal?
What?
What spying tools are there?
Arcane Eye, Scrying. Let me look at the divination. There's a lot. There's not very many divination spells, but there's a lot you can do with them.
That's true.
Divination. Whoops. There's a lot you can do with them. Arcane Eyes. For there's a lot. Identify. Borrow knowledge is a new one from the new book of the school. What literally just gives you a proficiency you can find. Detect thoughts. Find traps, which you can't get because it's not for wizards, but
Yeah.
locate object and locate animal or plant, locate clairvoyance. Mind spike, which if you hit enemy, it makes them basically impossible to run away because they know where they are for.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Ruby Heart. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, Ruby's joining us. Yes. Good, good. Yeah. So, yeah, Gabe is just telling me about the new wizards and
Not the new
dragons.
wizards, just the wizards, what they haven't been used as much.
Fair enough, fair enough. And then, yeah, it does sound cool, yeah.
Locate creature.
Yep. And then you and then we can go on to the next episode of your dragon story.
Well, we'll do that later. I just want to talk about the wizards because I'm trying.
Keep,
I
keep talking about the wizards. I'm just giving them an update of what we're doing. So keep going.
Okay. Now, if you really get high level, you can't get this, but if you get really high level, you can get true seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's telling us about the wizards. So you're going to hear about them.
Telepathic bond. There's most of the divination school is just spying or finding a location where what your enemy is doing,
I don't know.
or telling the future. Basically, they're meant to predict the future. Now, I have an idea for a different type of wizard. A divination wizard with tries to focus on the past to predict the present.
Does one only turn things to gold? How do you mean? How do you mean, Ruby? And continue. Continue with what you're saying, Gabe.
I wanted to work with a wizard, but basically the wizard would just basically has this magic item that helps it look into the past to help predict the future.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to do.
Because
but
yeah, is that like an alchemist? Would that turn things to gold? I'm not sure. Transmutation.
So the wizards classes. Let's see.
Yeah, let's go through them.
Yep, there is currently 2 wizard classes, which is only determined on the DM because it's from one of your favorite chronology mages and those mages, which are technically canon but not. It's from that. I can't remember what it's from. Gosh, my brain. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's so close. There's a school. There is the basic schools: a school of abjuration, school of conjuration, school of divination, school of enchantment, school of evocation, school of illusion, school of necromancy, and school of transmutation.
Yeah.
Which is what you're talking about, turning gold into silver, or silver into gold.
Turning things to gold, yeah. Transmutation.
Yeah. Starting at second level, when you select the school, you can temporarily alter a physical properties of one non-magic object, changing from one substance to another. You perform one chemical procedure on one object composed entirely of wood, stone, but not gemstone, iron, copper, silver, transforming into one of those materials.
Yeah. Okay. So not into gold then.
That is Master Transmuter, I think.
Basically, you can go and you're sorted. Yeah. A wizard that can only conjure shoes, so you can open a shoe shop. Yeah, yeah. Conjure shoes, sure. If you want demon shoes. Yeah. Or like Fey enchanted shoes, you know.
Yep. Oh, there's a lot of weird, interesting things. It doesn't expand the lifespan, but it expands their. You can restore their youth.
Yeah.
You'll die the same age from old age, but your body will be young. Basically, it's really weird with Transmutator. It's one of the weaker classes, I think. Transmutation,
Yeah.
but it's not as bad as. Isn't there one? Conjuration. None of the wizard subclasses are useless, but it's just a little bit annoying. Conjuration just basically summoning things, and what it gets is
Yeah.
it's not very strong. It's not very useful. Conjuration, you get Conjurer's Seventh. You basically learn a conjuration spell. You can summon a
show wizard, no shoe wizard.
Yep.
I typed show, not shoe. Shoe. Yes. A shoe wizard. All things to look up.
There is a way you can make shoes technically in D&D. There's like a kit. There's a kit. What a kit you can do?
Like a carpenter.
Yeah, something. I don't remember what it's called. But you can use those shoes to make hidden compartments in your shoes and like throw daggers or just repair shoes.
Yeah.
I've heard about a lizard folk who was saved by a druid, and the lizard folk then was a shopkeeper who sells shoes instead.
So just going back to the wizards that can turn things to gold. What was that again? Can you send me the details on that one? And then
I'll try to
put it in the notes.
Roll20.
Yep.
I'm not Roll20. D&D Beyond Wizard subclasses.
Yeah. Just send me the blurb, like the. Yeah. And I can copy and paste it here.
Yeah, it's not. It can't really transform into gold per se because it doesn't say gold.
That's true.
Unless you change the rules
the enemy into gold. Too many resistance checks. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yes.
I'm just gonna copy and paste everything.
So be like minus touch, you know. Minus his touch. Turn them to gold. Yeah. I mean that'd be quite scary. Yeah. Focus on turning people to gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a blurb of it now. Here is a whole bunch of information. Oh wait, it's bigger. It's bigger. It's way. Oh wait, it's bigger than the Roll20 thing can handle, and Discord can handle.
Okay. Well, just send me the title of what it is. That'll do.
Okay, let me just try to delete it.
Yeah. Yup.
Can't delete it.
And how are you, Ruby? How are you doing today?
Ah.
And how are you doing, Gabe? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just keep getting calls from people.
You're getting calls. Everyone wants it.
Okay, give me a second.
Brushing teeth. Yep. Brushing teeth is good. So yeah, says is the mic okay? You can hear me fine. I want to get used to. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, so it's called the School of Transmutation. I'm just trying to delete a whole bunch of words.
Transmutation. Yeah.
So there's also 2 new school wizard classes. The Blade Singer, which
Nice.
was originally from a different book from the Sword Coast Guide, but it was only for elves, but it was transformed into a Tulsa's culture and everything, which can be used by anyone now.
Blade Singer. What wizard class?
Yeah.
That
Have you
sounds
not heard
awesome.
of it?
That sounds well cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can you give us a read of that?
Sure. I'll give you a read of it. Just give me a second while I delete everything so I can just give you the school.
Wow. Did you like copy all of it? Did you?
Yes.
Oops.
That's my fault. Okay, the Blade Singer, basically you can use a blade of any type of a weapon, like a single hand weapon,
Yeah.
as a thing. So if you want
As a thing. As implement or
as implement to your class at 2nd level. You can also wear leather armor.
interesting.
So they basically give a whole bunch of uses to the Blade Singer. So you get Blade Song also at 2nd level, when it increases your AC by your intelligence.
Cool.
So I'll go over it. Training in World and Song, you gain proficiency in light armor. You also gain proficiency in one-hand melee weapon. You also gain proficiency in the performance skill if you don't already have it.
Nice.
You can invoke elven magic called the Blade Song, provided you aren't wearing medium or heavy armor or using a shield. It graces you with supernatural agility and focus.
Cool.
You can use a bonus action for Blade Song, and it lasts for 1 minute. It ends early if you're incapacitated, and if you don't don heavy or medium armor or a shield. Or if you use two-handed attack. So you can't use two-handed. You have to use one-hand weapon.
Nice.
You can also dismiss the Blade Song at any time. What a Blade Song does is it gives you AC equal to your intelligent modifier. It gives you a bonus to your AC equal to your intelligent modifier.
Yeah.
So minimum of 1. Your walking speed increases by 10 feet. You have advantage on dexterity, acrobatics checks. You gain a bonus to your Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration on this spell.
Yeah.
Bonus equals to your intelligence modifier. And you can use this feature as a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. At 6th level, you get to attack twice instead of once. Whenever you take the attack action during your turn. Moreover, you can cast one of your cantrips in place of one of your attacks.
Yeah.
So you can do a Blade Song Booming Blade in this another attack.
So it has to be a one-handed weapon, though, doesn't it?
Yes.
Interesting.
You have to hold. One has to hold your spell focus.
Yeah.
It's basically it's you have a book in one hand and your sword in the other. While you're swinging around, you're casting spells.
A dancing wizard. He's dancing. He's dancing. Nice.
I want to play a Blade Singer, so I tried it in like a
little
server.
Bit like a little bit like Gandalf when he's like, swinging his sword and his staff at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, the next feature is Song of Defense. This one's interesting. When you take damage, you can actually sacrifice spell slots.
Nice.
Use a reaction to it to expend 1 spell dot and reduce the damage by amount 5 times the spell slot's level.
You shall not pass. Yes.
Basically, you can do a 9th level spell slot and you reduce what's 9 times 5, 90 HP.
Yeah.
To make it 0. And this one, the last one, comes really late. Level 14, Song of Victory. You can add your intelligence modifier to your damage rolls.
Okay.
which is a little bit late, I would think,
How does that?
because
Yeah, if it's a song of victory, you've already won, and then you sing. What? What?
you can add your intelligence modifier onto your melee weapon attack, basically.
Okay. Dual classing bard mage. Yeah, yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Definitely rapier class type deal. Yeah. So you can be dancing around with your blade, and then because bard. Yeah, 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 that works. Yeah.
The next class is Order of the Scribes.
Okay.
They are the nerds of the wizards of wizards.
Yeah.
That's literally what they're called. The nerds. That's what people call them.
Oh
The
no!
nerds of the
I mean, the
wizards.
wizards are the nerdy class anyway, and then you put in nerds on top of nerds. Oh my god, it's a nerd pile.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I'm gonna go get
I'm
a
not
spoon to
the
eat
order
this
of-
ice cream. I'll be back in a minute. So I'll be right back.
Among wizards, the Order of Scribe is the most bookish. It takes the many forms of different worlds, but it's primarily missing the same way. Record magical discovery so that wizardry can flourish. They are so wizardly, they awaken their own spell books.
They're so wizardly what?
That's right.
What?
They are
What?
so wizardly. They automatically awaken their own spell books.
Okay.
All Order of Scribes players at level 2 have an awakened spell book.
What does that mean?
The spell book can talk to them.
Oh my word. So your spellbook is your companion. What does that mean past the spellbook talking to you?
I'll tell you. Give me a second.
First
First off, Awakened Spellbook. You can use their book as a spellcasting focus for wizard spells. When you cast a wizard spell with a spell slot, you can temporarily replace the damage with the type that appears in another spell in your spellbook. What magic changes the formula for one turn. So basically, you can change fireball into lightning ball, or lightning bolts into fire line splashing things.
Yeah.
With that, when you cast the wizard spell,
Yeah.
you can cast as special. You can spend the normal casting time rather than the 10 minutes. Once you use this feature, you can't use this for a long rest. So this is basically the wizard version of things like that.
A wizard version of
Super nerds.
Yeah. Okay.
At 6th level, you can conjure forth the mind of your awakened spellbook.
Wow.
As a bonus action, while the book is in your person, you can cause the mind to manifest as a tiny spectral object hovering occupying space of your choice within 60 feet of you. The spectral mind is intangible and doesn't actually activate or occupy any space. It has a 10-foot radius. It looks like a ghostly tomb, a cascade of text, or a scholar from the past. It's your choice what it looks like.
Okay.
The mind thing can see 60 feet within dark vision.
Right.
And it can telepathically share information with you. It can't be destroyed unless by dispel magic.
Nice.
When you cast a wizard spell, you can cast it as if you were in the spectral mind space instead of your own, using your senses. You can use this a number of times per day with your personality bonus. So you can have it go as far as you want, go hovering around Dungeon and just fireball everything.
Wow.
While you stay outside.
So what shape spectral? What spectre book? What would you have?
I would use a face.
A
I would do a face.
Is it? Face. Nice.
I would do a face of a humanoid and just like, hello, boom. And you can't fight back unless you know to spell magic.
Okay.
So it's terrifying.
And how does it come back?
It just appears in your back book. You can just dispel it at any time, and you can just summon it again.
Nice.
But you can only use a spell. You only cast as many spells as you can only cast it a number of times as your proficiency bonus. So if you're like level 6, you can only do it 3 times. Cast 3 spells. Boom! Fireball! 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 And then you have to summon it back. It can't go anywhere farther than 300 feet away from you, but that's ridiculous distance.
Mm.
Now here's this feature what I think is kind of neat. Master Scriver.
So can you cast spells from the spectral itself?
Yes.
So you can send it 300 meters or whatever, 300 feet, and then cast another spell beyond that.
Yep. You can only cast the number of times through your like spectral thing as your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
So once you send this thing out, you can cast any spell from 300 feet away from you from that thing.
Yeah.
As if it was casting a spell.
I can see how that can be used, yeah.
That's why it's really good. And here's the thing.
What are these?
Do you want
what are these
spells
called again? What are these? Class?
What?
What's the class?
Order of Scribes.
Scribe, is it?
Yep, Order of Scribes.
Okay.
This is... Hey, do you like free spell slots?
I like it, yeah.
Level 10 has you covered. When you finish Long Rest, you can create 1 magic scroll by touching your wizarding quill to a blank piece of paper or parchment, causing 1 spell from your Awaken Spell book to be copied on the scroll.
Nice.
The spell book must be in 5 feet of you when making a scroll. The chosen scroll must be first or second level and have a casting time at 1 action. Once in the scroll, the spell powers and cast enhanced, counting as 1 spell level higher than normal. So basically, has to be first or second level spell, but you can get it 1 higher level. So it can be like a 3rd level magic missile if you want to do a second level version of magic missile.
Mm.
You can cast a spell from the scroll as reading it as action. The scroll is unintelligible to anyone else.
Yeah.
And the spell vanishes from the scroll when you cast it or when you finish near next long rest.
Very cool.
You're also adept at crafting spell scrolls. So basically, any spell scroll you craft now is cut in half.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate like wizard knowledge class, as it gives you knowledge of other spells and can give you, so it can scribe scrolls really easily.
Mm.
Which is my original reason why I made Estelle, actually, because when I read this spell class, I'm like, I want to make a shopkeeper.
Nice.
Kind of. But I decided not to go Order of Scribes and go with my Estelle character. This is how Estelle started. I didn't have anything about. And 14, One with the Word. Last feature of this Order of the Scribes.
Mm. Go on.
Your connection to your Awaken Spellbook has become so profound that your soul has become entwined with it.
Oh, nice.
While the book is on your person, you have advantage on Intelligence Arcana checks, as the spell book helps you remember magic lore. Moreover, if you take damage while your spellbook mind is manifested, you can prevent all the damage to you by using your reaction to dismiss the spectral mind, using the magic to save yourself. Then roll 3d6. The spellbook temporarily loses your spells of your choice that a combined spell equal to the roll or higher. For example, if the total is 9, you lose 9 levels of spell slots.
Wow.
So you either lose a 9th level or a 3 levels or something what equals 9.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose what you get rid of. So this is basically automatically if someone gets a power world kill on you, you can use your manifest mind to dismiss it and don't take the damage.
Yeah, so it's a last failsafe.
Yep. But here's the thing: until you finish 1d6 long rest, you're incapable of casting long lost spells. So you have a lot. So it's like a last ditch effort.
Yeah. It's like
Once you use the reaction, you can't use it again until no long rest, of course.
it's like boss level, boss mode.
Yep. So that's the order of the scribes.
Nice.
Those are both from Tulsa's culture and everything, and they're kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of cool. Yeah.
We've now got the fighter wizard and the regular wizard.
Mm. Can you send me the names of each of those classes, please?
Okay. You didn't read through Tasha's, did you?
Oh, School of Transmutation. That's the gold. Turning things to gold. Yep.
I put singing twice. Give me a second.
No worries. It's all good. Let's just filling out some notes. Plating in. Nice.
Order of the scribes.
Plating in. Shoe Wizard. We don't have. Nerd Wizard. That's this one that you're on about now. Order of the Scribes. Nice. Cool. Order of the Scribes.
Now,
Yeah.
you know that popular streaming thing you told me to watch? The D&D content. What is it called? I can't remember.
Which D&D content?
The D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Which campaign is that called? These are wizards from it, which are official now, I think.
I'm not sure what Tasha's cult. What do you mean?
They're not from Talshas. They're from Wildermont Mount.
Wildmount?
Yep.
Critical Role.
Critical Role, yes. These are the two wizards with our Critical Role. I don't know how to feel about them. One sucks, one doesn't. Chronology wizards are basically the manipulation of time, and gravitation wizards are bodies of matter, basically space.
Yeah.
Gravity. So, yeah, these are what they are basically on. You can magically exert limited control over the flow of time around a creature. As a reaction, after you make a creature, you see a 30 makes an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. You can force the creature to re-roll. You make the decision after you see the roll succeed or fail. The target must use the result of the second roll. You can use this ability twice, and you gain expanded uses of it when you finish a long rest.
So That's interesting. It's interesting. So what we're doing is we're looking up all of the like wizards and things that you'd learn. So we are making a school, like wizard school campaign. So
Yep.
all of this is background research for that, Ruby. That's what we're doing. We're doing like we're gonna do a whole campaign of like basically, the Azure Society. Just to show people and ourselves the systems that we're going to put in place, and basically how the Azure Society works. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dan, these wizards,
Yeah.
I think they try to kind of replace. I don't know if we want to get the chronology wizard or the gravity wizard
What
because they're
Chrono
technically
Wizard?
not.
Chrono Wizards look awesome. Sound awesome.
Yep. But the wrong problem is they're not technically are part of a different campaign world.
Wow, you know
You
that Mythos has all the things. So if it's cool, well, we go with the rule of cool, isn't it? If it's cool enough, it gets in. We'll use it. But if it's
Okay.
not like balanced, we'll balance it, won't we? So
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about because this is basically the the Wizard of Divination. This is a feature, but better.
yeah.
So, well, in some respects, some other respects, it's not.
Wouldn't it be fun mini campaign, like a sub campaign within that, like the less good wizard group attempting to prove their competence? Yeah, I mean that's basically we're gonna have different classes and that within obviously the school year of them doing different things. And basically, so the idea behind the Azure Society like school system campaign is to literally we're gonna be playing characters that are like going through their obviously their school, and each like section and things is going to be slightly different. So you when you attend the mage school, you're going to be doing all these magic stuff. But then when they attend the the farmers school, that and they're going to learn how to do like farming and looking after like animals, so like that. And then there's a militant school, so they're going to go from learning how to look after like horses and things like that. And then then they're going to go and like go to do like military school, so that'd be like learning drills and things like that, learning like military stuff. So yeah, so it's going to be quite a cool roller coaster of a campaign, and hopefully it'll be keeping interesting. Also, it's going to be fun because we're going to have lots of, so obviously the characters that everyone's going to be playing is going to be in one class, and then they're going to play another group in a different class as well. So people are coming up with multiple characters.
Yep. Probably gonna have one campaign in each class, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a big project, but also we're going to tell it like chapter by chapter, step by step. What if someone like refuses to go to military school? Well, there's 8 schools altogether. So how the system works is so basically in the Azure Society, at the age of what did we say, 5?
Yeah, 5.
Basically, you and your parents. So basically, your first school is the school of the mother. So you and your parents actually go to the school of the mother together. And that is like bonding time. So you have 5 years of bonding time from birth to 5 of bonding time in the school of the mother. So that's learning basically each other, you and your parents. And then basically together you all will choose one of the 4 main schools for you to attend first. So there's military school, there is farming school, there is scholar school, and then there's school of the mage. And basically, you can pick any of those that you want to start off with. I'm not sure if it should be structured or if you get to choose. But basically, you go to one of those for 2 years, for your first 2 years. And then at the end of those 2 years, you pick out the last 3. And then the last 2, so then another 2 years. And then you pick out the last 2. And then so basically, 8 years later, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 8 years later, basically, you basically have had 2 years in each of the schools. And then basically, at the last, so for the last 2 years after that, you choose the school that you want to do an extra 2 years in. So then you've had 4 years in whichever school that you liked the best. And then from the 4 years of doing whichever one that you actually picked for yourself, you then go into that career. And at the end of 10 years of school, you are basically have the fundamentals of each of the schools. So you can look after a horse, you can, do military. So when it says School of the Militant, it'd be things like looking after your gear, it'd be like maps, it'd be how to patrol properly, things like that. So basically you have a bare, like a ground understanding of how military works, and patrols and perimeters and things like that, and rations, and looking after your bed and stuff. You'll have 2 years of farming, which will be how to grow, how to farm, how to look after animals and things like that. You'll have School of the Scholar, which is 2 years of learning how to learn. Yeah, learning how to study. So that'd be 2 years of that. And then you'll have 2 years of the mage, which is magic. So the fundamentals of magic. So you have 2 years of fundamental magic under your belt. So at the end of your 8 years of learning each of those, you basically will then choose whichever school that you want to study like advanced classes in. And then you do 2 years of advanced military, farming, mage, or scholar. So you'll have 2 years of advanced studies in these. So slightly advanced, I guess, in each of those. Whichever one. Then basically at the end of that, you then become an apprentice in whichever field that you've chosen from there. You become a fully fledged member of the society. And then you're free to choose a career and go outside the society. Yeah, all of that. So yeah, that's the actual society.
Dad?
Yeah.
Okay. So that, I feel like we need a better we have a good explanation. I feel like we need to figure out how to streamline it.
Yep. So yes, exactly. So I was thinking, instead of picking when you're 5, you basically start. So basically the order we need to work out the order of what would be the best, because I'm thinking magic would become later when you're slightly older. So you probably learn order of the schools of the Azure system. Right, because first it's School of the Mother, which you start with your parents. And if you don't have parents, like other parents look after you. So there's obviously accidents happen and things. Just finding the notes. School system. There we go. Let's go. We've written it down like School of the Mother. Here's the first school. School 1.
Yep.
School 1 is School of the Mother. And then School of the Farmer I put first because learning how to grow crops and look after animals you can do as fairly young age. You can learn how to plant things and that. I think in the way I've written it, it's pretty good. the order of how I read it. School 2, Farmer. Because then School 3 would be the Militant after that. So you've learned how to look after animals, and now School of the Militant.
I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah. School of the Militant. And then School of the Scholar. So would Scholar come before? Well, Scholar is learning how to learn, so that come after the military. That's fine because we want. So School of the Military will help build people. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we work on the mind of the Scholar. Yeah. And then we work on the magic side, which is the 5th school, which is the magic, or the mage. And then School 6 is School of the Father. So the School of the Father is their 6th school. So 6 and 7 are in amongst all the others. So they're like in amongst them. And School of the Father is teaching them loyalty to the society and to their fellow siblings, which are the other members of the society. And then School 7 is School against Defense Against Dark Arts, which is throughout the other schools as well, because that shows them how to do disguise kits, forgery kits, thieves' tools. So literally, how to do sneaky things so you don't get caught doing sneaky things. And how to prevent others from doing sneaky things to you. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever heard of that? Well, that's you basically gave that all the information down, correct?
Yes.
Dan?
Yeah.
Well, have you heard of the new some new optional features for wizards? Basically,
Yeah.
there's a new cantrip formulas.
Nice.
Whenever you finish a long rest and these formulas are in your spellbook,
Yeah.
you can replace one wizard cantrip with another wizard cantrip from the wizard spell list.
Yeah.
So basically, you can replace one wizard spell cantrip with another wizard spell cantrip.
Okay.
Every once a long rest. That's new. That's the new wizard cantrip spell list.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also. Did you hear about Wizards of Multiverse? The Wizards of the Coast, Mordenkainen's Guide to the Multiverse got leaked from some of the new races.
Did they?
Yeah, they're basically releasing all races with some new stats things and giving them new features. and giving them like there's some also new races like the Duergar.
Okay. Duergar are pretty cool. But yeah.
Yep. So you might have to work on your Underdark now.
Well, yeah, so there is an Underdark. We just haven't worked on it at all. And that is where obviously Cold Heart's going to be. Yes.
Yep.
The mastermind criminal underworld. Yes.
You're gonna have to work on. We're gonna have to make a map of the underworld.
Yeah, we can. Well, this is what these chats is about, so we can talk about all of this. But that's the wizards. That's a pretty good.
There's a lot. Be careful of the Enchantment Wizard. They can basically twin enchantment spells anytime they want at 10th level.
Yeah.
You know, twin spell, how powerful that is? Imagine using that on any enchantment you want.
It's pretty. Yeah. Well, doesn't twin spell have conditions though?
Not this one. This is from the wizard spell list. This is a feature. Starting at 10th level, when you cast a spell of first level or higher that targets only one creature, you can have it target a second creature.
Yeah. So spells that target one creature. See. So.
Yeah. Basically, with the enchantments usually only target one creature, so that's fine. It's just basically you can twin spell. You can twin enchantments. It can do it better than sorcerers can do. Enchantment wizards can twin their enchantments.
Okay. I'm just gonna put my eyes.
So,
I'll be back in a minute.
Yep.
But yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so that's one of the people I had a stealth fight. One of the stealths, not a stealth fight. He doesn't like.
Yeah, sounds awesome. Get you some hot chocolate. Yeah, boom. Have some hot chocolate. What flavour hot chocolate do you like?
Me?
Well, I was talking to Ruby, but yeah, you too. What sort of hot chocolate do you like?
Just regular hot chocolate, I guess.
Normal with hot whipped cream. Fair enough.
Well,
I've got a couple of different hot chocolates. I've got like a toffee popcorn hot chocolate. It tastes like halfway between a hot chocolate and a coffee. It's pretty tasty. And then I've got a raspberry ripple type hot chocolate, which is like pink hot chocolate. Pink hot chocolate. It's pretty tasty. And then I've got a toffee pudding hot chocolate, which is like really toffee. And do you have toffee puddings over where you are?
No.
Like upside down toffee pudding? No? Oh my word. Give that a Google.
Know which...
Yeah, Google that. Like upside down pudding.
Upside down.
It's that in a hot chocolate, basically.
Upside down pudding.
Yes. Upside down toffee pudding, yeah.
Toffee.
Also, whipped cream. Whipped cream. Whipped cream. Why are you saying it weird? Saying what weird? All of it. Good.
Somewhat says 3.2 ratings.
Mm-hmm. Whipped cream. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That looks like a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it's tasty. Yeah. And then I've got like this chai one, which is like chai tea with like pepper, like black pepper in it, which is a bit peppery, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting hot chocolate, that's for sure. But then we've got Rocky Road, which is like a marshmallowy, like cherry one. And then we've got the plain, like I say plain, like milk chocolate, hot chocolates, and then we've got white hot chocolates. White chocolate, hot chocolate, yeah.
I'm stuck for my next wizards, I want to play a wizard next time I
Yeah.
make a new character.
Yeah.
But I'm
Well,
stuck between these three classes.
Well, with this campaign coming up, you've got plenty of opportunity to make all the wizards you'll ever want. So we need teachers for all of these classes and that.
I know. I'm talking about. I know that, but I wanted to play a wizard, not be like a DM for a wizard. That's basically what I'm talking about.
Well, I can be I'd be the DM, so that's fine.
Yep, I know. I have a wizard I want to play,
Mm-hmm.
but it would be for a specific campaign. So I'm like, I have to be very specific because to fit into what I want to do with it, it would be very specific. Is a Divination Wizard? What you remember when I was talking about Ghosts of This Past?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the magic item called the Mirror of the Past?
Mirror of the Past, no.
It's only from a specific campaign book,
Mm-hmm.
and it's never used. It has zero comments on it
Yeah.
on Roll20. And it's like, so I'm like, I'm gonna use this.
Nice.
I don't care. I was like, so I wanted to use it for basically a person who helps look towards your future by helping you deal with the past.
Wow. Sounds cool. Sounds trippy though, but yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I have to do a specific campaign type.
Yeah.
Ever try this character?
Ice cream sandwich. That sounds delicious. Mm-mm-mm. Do
Giving her.
Do you know what an ice cream sandwich is, Hans?
Yes, I know.
Is it an American
know.
thing? I think it sounds like an American thing to me. I don't know what it is, but you guys do, so. Fair enough. Ruby's like, yep, give us one of those. Mm-mm-mm. And yeah, I can be the DM for the wizards. Wow, everybody, anybody. You want a DM? I'm your man.
Yeah, my basic thing for this class is
Yeah.
the Mirror of the Past. It would be you'd have to work with a DM, but basically, I wanted him to be a fortune teller to help get information of the past to the present. Do you want to know how that works? I should tell you how this item works, actually.
Yeah.
The Mirror of the Past is by taking the holder of this platinum mirror can learn something about the history of a specific object or creature by taking action to gaze in the mirror and think of the target. Instead of the holder's reflection, the mirror prevents a scene from the target's past. Information gazed from the conveyed is accurate, but is random and cryptic, and presented in no particular order. Once it is activated, the main gives its information for 1 minute or less and returns normal. It can't be used again for next dawn. So it could be like a foreshadowing thing for you, for a DM.
Yeah.
It's basically, I wanted to use it because it's like, this is a plot point helper.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to use it. Like, Mirror of the Past.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, so I can learn specific information and objects from the past. And then you see some things in the future, but she's trying to get a full picture of the past, the present, so she can help better predict the future, because the future is not 100% set in stone.
Nice. Nice.
Like, the future is not set.
That's true. And with D&D, even when it is set, it can be undone as well.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's why I want her, like, the main point to be the freedom of exploration, the freedom of the telling of, like, your future is not set.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and so basically instead of focusing all on the future and doing that stuff, she focuses on a little bit of the present and the past to help better work on the future.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my Divination Wizard idea.
I mean, that sounds
But
cool.
I could always, yeah, that it sounds really cool. That's why I wanted to play it. But I'm like, I would have to do a certain campaign with the DM who is good with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm always happy to work a campaign.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just a case of getting it done and putting it in an order that we can actually go through it properly.
Yep. And the magic item is a rare item, so you have to be okay with me.
I definitely like the idea of a blade wielding wizard. That sounds awesome. And
yeah, my blade idea. I have a idea up for that one. This is an idea I had a long time.
Well, tell us about
This
it.
Blade Wizard is like a little different. He's trying to learn how to be its own combat and learn how to fight on his own. He's trying to test himself as metal and says, just because I'm a wizard doesn't mean I'm weak.
Ooh.
And his main research is he's trying to learn how to awaken spells so they can fight with him.
That's true. That'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I've seen these awakened spells and like I thought of this concept a while ago.
I'm just thinking of the character art for it, like with the blade and the wizard. But then you don't have to be like a robe wearing wizard. Yeah, you can be like Ruby said, like a bard mage. That'd be cool, you know.
Yeah, that could be cool. I would have to figure out what I want to subclass into. But first, I would have to get to a certain level so I can get to level 6 so I can get my main strategy with
punching wizard.
A punching wizard would have to be a monk.
I cast fist. Yes.
That would have to be a monk.
That is a monk. Yeah, that's a monk class. Yeah.
You have to be a monk and a wizard. And the reason why I want to be a certain level before I even think about subclassing is because it has some special abilities.
Yeah. Well, go on.
This wizard doesn't get its true power.
Yeah.
At a certain level, so when it gets those, then I'll think about subclassing because like I want multi-attack because
this is kind of why when making characters I like to work backwards rather than from level 1 upwards. What I do when creating a character is what do I want it to finish like? So make it a level 20 character, like fully flushed character, how you want it to be level 20. And then work backwards from there, and then obviously take it away to. So say if we're starting a campaign at level 3, you've already got the first 3 levels of your level 20 character. So you just level it, down from 20 to 3. So that's how I make my characters.
How I make my characters is I try to think of what I want the end result to be and work towards that result.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
But mainly in roleplay aspects. I don't think about how it fights properly.
Yeah, well, that's why it's good to work backwards. Yeah, because you want an end result that actually works. Because if you go, I'm a wizard, monk, warrior fighter. What?
I don't let people subclass in my campaigns unless it actually makes sense for the character.
Yeah, of course. But it's like, like, and some classes just really don't mix together very well. But some do. So you could be like a monk sorcerer. That's quite cool class. So then you've got sorcerer points and then you've got monk points as well. Like key points. And it's like, oh my god, you've got so many extra resources. You know? It's just like, I'm going to throw a fist punch at you, and then I'm going to twin cast it at you, and then I'm going to wind run up this wall, and it's like, man, that's just what? And that's without like going into the sub categories of each of sorcerers and monks. So yeah.
My third class I've been trying to play is the Abjuration Wizard, one I was talking about in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just a wizard class which just learning about defense and he wants to be, and his main goal is, I just really want to play Abjuration Wizard really too.
So I have these other. Why do you want to do that? Like, what's your thoughts behind that?
This Abjuration Wizard failed to protect the people he cared about for a long time ago.
Okay.
So he's focusing on the art of defense to be a better protection wizard.
Protection against what?
Protection against enemies for his new home.
Okay.
Whatever that new home is, that would have to be like a new thing, because Abjuration is the thing of defense, and he wants to be the main defense.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So for the Blade Singer, I would have to work that mage with the magic living spells, like figuring out how to do them.
Yeah.
That would had my back for a while.
Yeah. Tank Wizard. Punching Wizard, Tank Wizard. It sounded a little bit like, what's his name? Armstrong. Yes. Casting Fist. Yes.
I don't cast Fist, I cast Blade.
Yeah.
Through your stomach.
Yes. From the Armstrong line. Passed down from... yeah, from Full Metal. Yeah, from Full Metal. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, yes, and it's like... yeah.
I also found this other mirror. Have you heard of the Mirror of Life Trapping?
Mirror of Life Trapping, no?
It's basically a prison you can put anyone into if they fail a charisma saving throw.
Well, that suck. I'll be like, this is my major bad guy. You put him, you trapped him. You've made him essentially a Pokemon.
Not a Pokemon. You can only trap 12 people in a prison. So basically, this would be the ultimate way to imprison bad guys, like as a trade, as long as they can't plan air travel.
Yeah.
As plane shift or something.
Yeah, that's true.
They can't get out unless you release them, or if someone destroys the mirror, then everything gets out. So I thought that would be a cool campaign. Like, I need you to get this mirror, and then
it'd definitely be a cool segue into a different campaign. So you're going along and you're minding your own business in your campaign, and then oops, a mirror has been smashed, and all the things that are trapped in there are now released. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have the lich has been
all the things that has been trapped in this for decades have now been released. So that could so you could release titans and spirits and ghosts and stuff and all manner of things that can't teleport can't plane shift, but are ancient things.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You summoned the Tarrasque.
That's where I put it.
I just imagine this ancient wizard which gone mad.
Yeah.
No one used to be protective of the realm, had this, and you just I will defeat you, and you dodge out of the way, and you accidentally smash the mirror. What have you done, you fools? And then the whole bunch
a way of making the school suddenly dangerous for endgame. Yeah, exactly. Oops. Whoopsie. Yep, the headmaster's mirror is now broken, and all the enemies of the school are now released. So all of the campaigns that we've did up to then, all the bad guys that have been locked away in this mirror, are now released. Whoopsie! And then it's all the end bosses all together. Sounds like we've got the end of the campaign sorted already.
Yeah, that. I found that. I'm oh, this would be useful.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Do you want to fill up all the slots so we can't steal anyone else in there?
Well, I was going to say, so is it an extra? Is it like a plane dimension in the mirror realm? Is it?
Yeah, it's like a plane dimension in its own realm. Yeah, mirror realm.
So you literally trapping people in there that are enemies of the school, but they're in the same realm, so they either fight each other or they become friends. And then they get let out again.
Now, here's how it works. Each mirror in Mirror Life Trapping, you're trapped alone in a prison, basically infinite prison cell in a different mirror area. So basically, imagine you're in one one ball, and then the person's in another ball, and another ball,
I suppose,
Earth.
To be honest, it's whatever we want it to be, isn't it? It's do you want it to be one dimension, or do you want it to be several? Yeah. Or are they in literal prison cells of mirrors? You know?
Prison cells with mirrors would be cool. They don't have to eat, sleep, or drink in that realm either.
Fair enough. But yeah, you could have primordial titans, creatures that made the mythos, and star dragons in there,
Yeah, there was actually a time dragon used to be in D&D. It was 3.5. I haven't found the stat block for it, but I'm that would be interesting.
Well, yeah. Like
Fine.
extraterrestrial like threats, like the mind flayers and things like that would be sent there.
Yeah,
Through this
like
mirror.
yeah. That would be that's how we can introduce like a mind
Well,
flare
that's
thing.
how
Like,
we can introduce why the mind flayers are attacking from the outside, because they're like, you've trapped trapped loads of our dudes in this mirror, you headmaster, you. And then they come down and like try and infiltrate the old fashioned, like the old way, and then they get to the mirror, smash it to release our leader, not realizing they've actually released far deadlier things.
yeah,
You
and
know?
part of that is start killing them all.
Yeah, that'd be yeah, yeah. This mirror idea sounds awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like the mirror of light trapping is literally just like this mirror is
that's a perfect
the way.
plot. Yeah, perfect storytelling plot device, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an actual item in D&D, but I'm like, this would be a perfect item. It has limited use. We can just throw away that limited use, give it just trap it in this dimension,
Yeah, yeah.
and then we can just have them like, it could just be like a wacky world full where everything is all surfaces are like crystals, mirrors, and
Yeah.
random objects, mysterious liquids.
I suppose it also depends on what are you trapping in there, and can they change the reality of what
Yeah,
the dimension is. So originally, sure, it was a mirror dimension where you can trap things, but now you've trapped a Tarask and like time wizards and time dragons and primordial creatures that like bend the reality. So now it's actually a landscape of landscape of like various like landscapes. So it's not a mirror dimension at all. They've changed it. Yes.
yeah. So we can do that. It's just like a world. I want it to be like otherworldly. It'd be like completely off the charts, like weird.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what other items have we got like that?
Other items.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Blade of Broken Mirrors.
Okay, what does that do?
Basically, what I wanted to do is basically be able to rip any mirror it sees. It can break a mirror, and open a portal to that dimension.
Okay. Like
Its head
Okay.
like that.
All right, Ruby. Thanks for stopping by, and catch you next time.
It can cast some like illusion spells or fabricate, hallucinatory major image, or phantasmal killer,
Yeah.
things like that
Yeah.
in like its official thing. And basically, a mere it's basically a mere portal where you can, if you use it, it's a strong item. It's not. I'm not gonna call. It's right now. I'm just using the Blade of Broken Mirrors from a different world's D&D world, but I'm planning to make it my own thing, like mirror image and stuff. Cause it to be like really weird, and I want to be like able to, when you break into that world, it's basically
Okay, so
you're no longer.
I'll put in these mirror. What was the thing? What was the thing that you said? Can you send me the name of it?
I'll send you a name. I haven't made it completely yet. I just want to make a portal. I don't know what its plus.
Not the mirror sword. The thing before that.
Oh, Mirror of Life Trapping.
Yeah, yeah. Just so we've got so it's like a bookmark of things that we can look into when we create the campaign. Yeah, that's what this is. So yes, Mirror of Life Trapping. Nice. Cool. Cool. Was there anything else that we wanted to go over?
Um, Well, the blade we might want to go over a little bit.
Yeah, send us the name of the blade. Mirror blade, is it?
Yeah, mirror blade basically. Mirror of portals.
Mirror of portals. Portals. Nice.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm just using the mirror. I'm using an actual item called Blade of Broken Mirrors as a holder in place, but for now, that's not going to be a other thing.
That's fine.
Have you heard of a Staff of Defense?
No.
It is basically made. It's an actual item in D&D, but it's completely made of glass.
Okay.
Increases your AC by 1. You can cast, and if you know Mage Armor and Shield, you can cast them through the staff as if they're using without using any spell slots, just using their charges.
Yeah.
So basically, 1 charge you can use Mage Armor, 2 charges you can cast Shield.
Cool.
So I thought that would be a cool thing we could use later.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Oh, also that's kind of what I want the staff that my diviner makes, like looking through the future, basically.
Yeah. That's cool.
It one's a mirror of the past, which is not actually mirror past is not an attunement slot. So only attunement slot I have is the the staff of defense I want on her.
Yeah. That's cool.
So you could also use like glass work from Tulsa from one of the new books. What is it called? Wild Beyond the Witchlight. There's some glass work enemies now. Did you know that?
Say that again.
There's some new glass enemies now from Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Glass enemies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glasswork Golem and Glasswork Pegasus.
Interesting. I suppose you can make a creature out of any substance, really. If you think about it.
Yep. I thought that would be like these features are like people who are
Well, they did
people
add
who learn.
like the gem dragons and the gem dragonborn, didn't they? So it's only a matter of time, really.
Yeah. So this glass golems are basically what I expect them to be. Is like creatures what can be summoned to the defense, or we can talk about reflections also.
Yeah.
What are basically shadows, but with weakness to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
There's a mistake on that, which is funny about reflections is there's a mistake on Roll20 and what makes them both resistant and immune and a weakness to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
They forgot to take out the shadow's resistance to bludgeoning damage, so it has resistance and weakness to it.
Yeah.
But this is not actually that's from Tulsa actually. It's basically a mirror. It's for the mirror world basically for Tulsa.
Yeah.
What I expect these classes to be is like people who are they are basically the natives of the glassword dimension, whatever they would look like.
Yeah.
They are basically manifestations of their power. Basically, glasswork golems, glasswork pegasuses, and glasswork reflections of other creatures.
Yeah.
They can summon them, and they're like people who patronism, because they're not that strong. They're like challenge rating 2 and challenge rating 1/4.
Yeah.
But their main strength is their ability to make illusions from the glass dimension and divination.
Nice. Okay, well, that was a good chat.
Yep.
D&D chat. Wrap it up there for today. Thank you for joining us, Hans.
Hello.
Yeah. You up for tomorrow?
I'm up for tomorrow.
Sweet. We'll do the similar sort of thing
Well,
tomorrow then.
wait, no, I'm not. I have a job shadowing. I forgot.
Ooh, job shadowing. Good luck with your jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do it the following day or whenever we can.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by. Thanks Ruby for stopping in, and thank you Hans for helping.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll catch you all next time.
Bye, Dan.
See you later, mate.